I'm gonna take this out. 9, 112, 114, 118. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AC Design Garage. And on today's episode, we're gonna answer the age-old question: do you need to warm your Terpsky cans? I got people saying if you put them in a warm bucket, they'll flow out better, it won't orange peel, all this stuff. And I've got other people saying that just shoot at room temperature, it does the same thing. So today, we're gonna find out. Coming up. All right, guys, we're down in the shop today. I hope you guys had a safe New Year's. Today's December 30th, but y'all will see this on January something. Friday, first Friday in January 2025. Anyhow, I'm going around here to the toolbox and getting some tools that I forgot. The good old thermal temperature thingamabobber, because I'm going to show you why. We are using, this is what Daddy and my brother used to use at the go-kart track in the winter time to heat up the water when they washed their racing tires. We run a dirt track, so you got to clean them before you prep them. But anyway, it's a good old bucket heater. I think they use these for cattle or something out there, and instead of pouring something in their water, you can just put that in and keep their water from freezing. But anyways, this thing ain't been here long. I'm gonna show you what I got set up here. And this is her right here, just the element that sticks down in there. And it's been plugged up for about 15 minutes, so we're gonna see what the water, not the element, is. Water's about 108 degrees. We're gonna let it get up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is, let's take you out here. So I'm gonna DA this with 320 and just get it flat. Even though it's just a practice panel, I could just spray this and it wouldn't matter. It's just, I always get in the habit of scuffing stuff. I'm gonna tape it off and cover this. We're gonna spray the bottom half with it at 70 degrees, whatever room temperature is. And then we're gonna drop her down in the bucket up there and heat her up. And we'll spray this half up here. So I'm gonna mark it on here somewhere so we don't forget which is which, because I could be wrong, guys, but I don't think it's gonna change that much, but we're gonna see. I tell you, I really like using this Sprayway glass cleaner. It works really good. Now, if you got a lot of grease or something, you really need to use a wax and grease remover. But for just cleaning up stuff like this, kind of like a pre-cleaner, if you want to call it that, you can wax and grease it first and then use this. But we just want to get her nice to where we'll have a good even comparison. That way we're not leaning it either one way or the other. Try to keep this as fair as we can. But I have heard that if you thin it out, it'll flow out better. I don't know, it may. We'll see. That's why I wanted to do this little old experiment here. Got her wiped down and cleaned up really good. I'm gonna get the tape. We're gonna mask half of it, just, you know, so it don't overspray on it. And somebody says, oh, well, that's why that's more peeler than this. I don't know, we're just gonna tape it up. It's a good example to divide it off of. First, we need to decide which is gonna be what. So what I'm gonna do, right here, I'm gonna write hot, cold, or cold, hot, whichever ones we want to do. So I don't guess it matters. I think the bottom right in here, we're going to do this the cold. So let me get my Sharpay. We'll go in here and grab us a Sharpay real quick and write cold on there. I'm going to use the old blue, it don't matter, it'll show up. That way, from that line, it's hot. So we'll spray the bottom first. I need to tape the top up, and that'll be our hot. Let's go in there and check the temperature real quick of the old water here. See how she is. Whew. Might need to unplug her. I don't know when this stuff will decide to go rocket fuel. I'm gonna leave it plugged up right now till we spray that, then I'm gonna unplug it and put it in there, and then we'll try to get the can up to 90 or 100 degrees. I don't think it needs to get any hotter than that. It'd be kind of like sitting outside in the sun, I guess. It wouldn't be no difference. But you guys know what we need to do first. You can't use none of this paint without shaking it. And y'all know the only way we shake stuff. It's with the Shake Master 4000. Only available at www.acdesignsgarage.com with all hats, t-shirts, and other stuff. Load the old Turbski in. Y'all notice I done changed my little things. I ain't got to use a screwdriver now. Gonna crunk this unit down. Good and taut. And act like you're Rambo. That's all it takes to get a perfectly shaken Turbski can. All right, guys, we're using my favorite 3M tape. I don't know if you can read a number in here or not. I don't know. I like the yellow stuff. The green 233 is like the best stuff you can get. 233 plus. It's a little more pricey. This yellow stuff for me does good. And we just got some old cheap, like hardware store masking paper because we don't really care if it bleeds through us. We was doing a two-tone paint job and we was wanting something nice. I don't like this. I like the kind of like the body shop paper that's got the white or the blue side where it's got a film on it where the paint won't bleed through. But all we're doing in this video here is trying to see what happens when you heat one and cool one. So I'm gonna show you how to roll the tape up so it don't get a hard line, tape line like this. Like if you're doing door jams in a car and you open the door, you don't want a real crisp tape line on it. So I'm gonna show you, we're gonna roll it up and just make it to where it kind of gives a faint little line. And yeah. Just another little tidbit for you. I won't charge you no more for it. So here we go. We're gonna run our tape out. Full length, this is 1.5 inches. Another little quick tip, 1.5 inches is cheaper than 2 inches. It does just as good a job, so what we're doing is, right here's our line down here. We're just gonna let it about hang over 50-50, come down through here, and then you're just going to roll it back to the line and kind of just stick it down. And even though I'm outside, I'm trying to get in a better habit of 2025. Wear your PPE, don't wear dust mask. You need to get one of these good paint, inorganic compound, whatever all that magic voodoo stuff is, but I'll link one in the description. But you don't want to breathe this stuff in because it will harden your lungs, and hard lungs are no good. So now that she's rolled up, I may do this also. I got all kind of critters hollering and use to hold her down. Sit there. We'll come about right here. Watch out. Tear her off. All right, guys, that's going to do what we needed to do. I'm going to put a couple pieces back here on the back side. Hold it down. Yeah, I got a little short, but I'll just use tape here. All right, y'all can see how it's taped up. I'm going to show you real quick the temperature. (69, 70 degrees down here, so that's straight out of the shop. Let's see what the old panel is. About 72 degrees, 73, 75, 72. All right. We'll put this little unit up here. I love these things. These things are neat. Let's just check the water. Hello, she had $1.44. I think if I put her in there at 144 and just unplug it and let it sit there for about 10, 15, like I said, I want to get the can up around 100, 120 degrees. And that should be thin. Now, one thing I have noticed, when you get paint a little thinner, she'll run, so we'll find out real quick. This is a fresh can. No, it ain't. I've used it. Never mind. I was about to tell you it was a fresh can. We're gonna spray it. Make sure you do a test spray with these, especially if they're used, because it could spray finger looking. So let's try it out here real quick. That looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna do 2 to 3 coats. We'll do them both the same. I'm gonna try to keep about a 12-inch distance, 50% overlap, and I'm gonna show you as I'm doing. We'll try to go along so you can see it good. And I better move my air hose here, 'cause this stuff goes everywhere. All right, here comes the cold side. Get my respirator on. Now I'm talking all muffled. So we're gonna do our edge. I like to do the edges of everything first. All right, we got that. All right, roughly 12 inches up. I will say on this stuff here, if you're going to recoat, I let it tack probably, and I'll show you, it's probably going to be a couple minutes. But let it tack, but don't wait more than an hour to recoat, because if you do, it gets funky. Then you need to wait 48 hours. So you got up to an hour window to do this, and if you go an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then try to recoat it, sometimes it wrinkles. Don't know why, it just does. So if you're not going to get it within an hour, wait 48, come back with some Scotch-Brite, and hit it again. Just a little rule of thumb here. But I will say, now don't mind the dents and say, oh, things have got dents in it. I know it does. But the peel is not horrible. And that's straight 72 degree. What I like to do, that's why I thought about tacky. Come over here. See, that's already dry. Now that's not as wet as this is. I like to come around here and see if it's not coming off on your finger, and it kind of feels like the backside of this blue tape here. It's a regular old Scotch painter's tape. It don't have a real high tack to it, and basically that's what you're feeling for. No paint coming off on your fingers, but it kind of feels like the blue tape if you've ever used it. Just trying to get, a lot of people ask me how long do I wait to do stuff. I just do it off the feel with this stuff. Let's go out here and take a gander. Like I said, there's trash and stuff like that, but that's straight up out of it, guys. I mean, it's got some peel, not bad. It may do a whole lot better with it warmed up. I don't know. Now that I found the old cattle warmer upper thingy. All right, guys, I'm gonna check down here. That's good and tacky. We're gonna do it. Even though we used the Shake Master 4000, we need to give her a shaker now. About 12 inches up. All right, now I got the respirator off. Go out there and check her out. Let me wipe the tip off of magnet. Magnet sticking. Wipe that off a little bit. That should be 2 coats ought to be good on that. I don't see putting any more on it. It's good and covered, I think. Let's take a gander. Now she's got peel. She's got a little peel to her. You can see it in there. See, and just really pay attention to how it goes, kind of glittery looking. It's not even and consistent, but it's got good reflection and stuff. You can see all my nice dents. Beyond, 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 beyond. See, that's how you look at stuff. You really don't look at the panel. You look at the light and how it'll change like that. It's like you come across here, there's no dents in this area, and see how the reflection changes. Right there, bloop, bloop. But that's a pretty significant dent there. I mean, she's got trash in her, but yeah. That's the 70 degrees, so we'll just keep checking it till it gets up to where we think it needs to be. So right off the bat, she is 146 degrees. All right, we cut the switch off over there, so that's no longer on. Now that thing does have a guard around it. So what I did here to get her to sit down is, you see I just popped the lid on it, put a little billet block of aluminum on there, and we'll let her sit there. I'm gonna see what the can is. While we're here, it's been like a minute or two. We'll shoot the top of the can. Yeah, I know that can ain't. It might be the heat coming off of it. We'll see. We might not have to leave it long at all. All right, guys. Let's see what this thing here is. I don't want to keep her in there too long. That's probably been probably 3 minutes or so. So she's about 100 degrees, 120 up here. I don't know why it's hotter up at the top. Where's out of the water. May shake it around a little bit. It don't, I mean, you can't, you know how you can kind of feel how thick stuff is? It don't feel any thinner. Maybe. Let's shake it around, see if that makes any difference on the. I don't know how good y'all can see that. That's 105, 99, 106. 105. This is about 105. I'm gonna leave it in there just a hair longer, and then we'll pull her out and spray her. I'd say that'd be sufficient enough. What y'all guys think? I mean, that's warm, ain't it? All right, guys, that's been about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna take this out, and dry her off real quick. See what she is real quick. She's 112, 105. 109, 112, 114, 118. We're going to dry her off so we don't get no drippies in our paint job out there. I got a few runs out there already. I don't know if it's because I didn't clean that tip. Because if it gets heavy on the bottom and the top, it sprays 2 big old stripes and it'll get heavy. But got a few little saggy wags out there, but that'd be all right. I will say it feels about the same. You can tell it's hot because it's all you want to do to grab it. It's almost like you set it out in the sunshine for a good bit of time. So let's get her set up out there and try this real quick. See if I can clean this tip real quick. I'm gonna put it back down in here real quick. I think the reason I got some of them runs because I noticed how she was spraying, so we put it in some mineral spirits in here. We're gonna let it set a minute, but we're gonna try to clean this tip out. That's what I call putting the finger marks in it and stuff. When it does like that, it loads it up and you go over and it just stripes and don't give you a good even. So I'm gonna get my compressed air real quick and blow this out. All right, guys, we're gonna try to get down in the mohawk here and clean it out some if we can. The razor blade. Drop her back down in here. Let her soak a minute and blow her out. And yeah, I have noticed that if you need to clean these tips, I didn't do a good job last time. I didn't clean them tips. And I said earlier in the video that you could put it in the turbo can lid. Yeah, don't do that. For some reason they put some dumb hole in the bottom, so when you fill it up, it leaks. All right. One more walk around, blow her out the nozzle real quick. There we go. Let's try her again. And to keep it fair, I did put this back down in there. I gotta dry this back off. Usually you don't have too much trouble with it, just for giggles, how hot it is. Probably done cooled off a little bit, but it's 112, 114, so she's back up to where I needed her. All right, let's go paint some more. All right, we're gonna look into the sunlight real quick and see how she is. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. Roughly 12 inches, 50% overlap. right. We'll see after second coat. Did come out pretty good though, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I guess with this enamel, it is a little more vulnerable to, because you're not reducing it like you do regular base coats and stuff. But let's see here what she looks like. That's one coat. She's not bad. Y'all might make me a believer out of it. I gotta, like I said, I gotta wait and see and compare. I mean, she's got a little bit of peel, but she does have a turbsky tip on her, so. Hey, if it works, guys, I'll use it. I am not afraid of learning new tricks. So we're gonna let that tack up. One more coat, and then we'll give you the final look over and see how she does. All right, to be fair, I put her back down in here. I don't want to give an unfair comparison. And I also cleaned the tip back out between coats. I dropped it there, let it set, and we just blew it out the air hose. Cleaned up real fast. So let's go out here. Put here the last coat. Let's do a little blow through, make sure there ain't no fingering with it. Good and even. All right, guys, last coat. She is looking pretty good. So we're gonna do her 12 inches back. I will say it does look like it may atomize a little better. I just hope it don't run. I don't know. All right, I ain't got to put her back in the heater. See what the water is, temperature is. It's been about 30 minutes since we cut it off. She's still holding about 117. So what I'm gonna do real quick, yeah, come on, just dunk it down in the odorless mineral spirits. Down in there. Let her soak for a little bit while we let that tack. And we'll go out here and do a little comparison. Let's get out here and look. Now I will say, if one side looks a little hazy compared to another side, it's for the overspray where I sprayed, I sprayed that one side. Just want to clarify that so you don't think that the heated up paint glossed out better than the other, because it's just where we oversprayed. But I'll let you look at it. But you can see here, this is the first one I did, which it's kind of hazed over a little bit. Well, it's just where the overspray, when I sprayed it this way, landed on it. But what we're looking at, guys, is the old orange peel. And it's pretty flat, guys. I mean, it's not flat. It's got a little peel, but it's not bad. I go over here to where it's still glossy on this side. You can see it. I don't know, guys. There may be a small difference in it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just can't tell. I'm trying to look at it. Maybe I can shine my light on it. We can see it better. I don't know if you can see it good enough or not. Is that helping any with the... I will say that I think there would be a great difference if it was 45 degrees, the paint was, and you shot it. She'd be chunky monkey. She'd be thicker, and it may chunk up a little bit. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I mean, you saw both of them. I sprayed them both as close as I humanly can. But, yeah. I mean, you can buy one of these little warmer upper jobs here. I'll show you the bucket heater. You buy one of these, and says it heats up to 180 degrees. Will not damage plastic containers. Should have read that, but I had a metal bucket, so it don't matter. So it says you can put it in a plastic bucket and it won't melt it. I guess it's got the shield around it. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think. I can't tell a whole big difference. I first sprayed it, it looked a little better, and then I let it dry and it looked, I will say, for the guys that says it helps, it does, I think, help with your fan. It looks like it atomizes a little bit better, but you're not changing your tip size, so it's not going to make the droplets smaller. It may make them flow out better. I don't know. I can't tell that much difference in them. I mean, truthfully, and I showed you guys back for. We'll look at one more time real quick. Let's take one more quick gander, because there's going to be some guys said it does, and some of them said no. So this here is the warmed up stuff. This here's the cold stuff straight out the can. 70 degrees, 115 degrees. I mean, I tried to be as fair as I could spraying it, and right there's the line. Besides it being a little shiny where the overspray blew over on this, I can't tell that much difference. And by all means, go scoop one of these things up if you want one. I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything, but I am going to list them in there. Sure, it ain't going to hurt anything to heat it up. It will change the viscosity and make it a little thinner. Now, that may cause some more runs for you guys, because these turbos are kind of on the edge. Just saying. But anyhow, thank you guys so very much for a rad 2024. Watching all the stuff, buying the Shake Master 4000, buying the t-shirts. You guys are so awesome. Sending money to the victims up in Western North Carolina. We're going to keep doing that. We ain't going to stop now just because it's a few months out. And thank you guys again for all the support and love you send our way. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.